Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back as always. I appreciate all your love and support. So this video is going to be for Libra mid-October. I didn't get you guys a video out at the beginning of the month. It's been a little wonky. Needed a little bit of a rest and reprieve and a slowdown. It's been, energy work is trying sometimes, right? It exhausted us. So, excuse me, clear my throat, goodness. So this video is going to be, like I said, for Libra for mid-October 2022. See what's going on in your energy. This will be for your sun, your moon, rising, and Venus. Cross watcher, if this is for you, welcome as well. Apply things, guys, as they fit according to what's going on in your life. Do not force something to fit. Take what resonates, leave what does not behind. I think most of you pretty much know how this works, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and jump in, see what's going on for you guys. For Libra, when I was doing some meditating before I started to, before I turned the camera on, I heard from Spirit, what are you fighting for? So we'll see how that plays into this. Spirit's always giving me messages. I never really know until we get there, I guess. So we'll see. We will see. Hope you guys are doing well. I am available for personal readings on a limited basis. So if you're interested in a personal reading, you'll find the information of how to get in contact with me via email in the description box below, as well as in the about section of the page. I'm using the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle to give us some overall, and then we'll pull some cards, past, present, future, do some clarifying, and see what's going on for you guys. So Spirit for Libra, mid-October, please. What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? So we've got fulfillment, understanding, and right off in lust, and underneath we've got cycles. So I'm actually kind of want to clarify this right off the bat, and I'm not real sure why. I just want to throw a card down for each of these before I open my mouth here on, hold on, message. All right, so that's kind of popping out. 910 276. Okay. All right, let's see. With this fulfillment card, I'll show this to you guys. It's got pomegranates on there. It's reminding me of the forbidden fruit, and we've got the lust card there, and I'm not sure why it's coming through to me that way. Glass, half full, half empty, however you choose to depict it. There's a need for understanding as that card is sitting there, the High Priestess. Let's see what's underlying that, the Ace of Wands. So for some of you, I feel like you're diving into wish fulfillment at this time, trying to trust your intuition, trust what it is that you need to do moving forward. You got 2 7s here. Understanding breaks down to a 7. We got the 7 of Cups. This card to me most often, especially in this deck, and it's the Gilded Tarot that I'm using to clarify, speaks to me about choice. It's about choices, right? But it's, in those cups, there's a large variety of different things that you can have that could lead to your wish fulfillment. But there's also a lot of unknown desires is kind of what I'm getting here as well at this time too. We've got 2-2. 2s may be very important to you as well at this time. I feel like there's a need to take a leap of faith, trying to find some emotional balance in the midst of things as well. Clarify lust. This is kind of coming across to me as a love reading for some reason. Libra, please, Spirit. Libra. Hold on a second. And the Fool. Hair on my face or something. The Fool happened to be flipped over in the deck, so I'm going to lay that guy right there. Lust, 10 of Pentacles. So let's see. Spirit, what do we have got going on here? Queen of Pentacles. Female Libras. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I feel like this reading is geared more towards feminine energy for some reason. So, you know, take what is yours, leave the rest. But this is understanding what makes you feel good. But I feel like there's two sides to this. This is kind of like, so for some of you, in a lighter energy, learning what makes you feel good and coming from a place that Spirit is saying angelic. So to me, it's like whatever you're dealing with right now. Oh, let's see. This is going to be one of those readings where we may not need to throw as many cards in the way that I usually do because we're getting other information. So we always go with what we're guided to do, right? It's almost as if you're trying to decide what is the best option for you. And again, this seems to be geared towards feminine energy right now. I feel like you've been in a period of waiting for something, looking at the things that are going to add more fulfillment to your life, trusting the process, being willing to take the risk to determine how you're going to get there. For some of you, you may very seriously be dealing with trying to balance work and home. But I feel like for some of you, you're also balancing a new relationship. There's a lot of desire there. You see its potential. You know, you're stepping into understanding. This is really about what makes you feel good. Okay, so the second storyline I'm getting is, like, I don't know, I'm looking at this fulfillment card and I just feel like I see fangs and blood, and it's just like taking a bite out of that poisonous apple. Like if you look at like the story of Adam and Eve, you know, that kind of thing, like don't be tempted by the apple kind of vibe. And I feel like for some of you, not all of you, there's a matter of choice as to how you're going to behave or address things. Are you going to be tempted, or are you going to trust what you're being led to do? And I think that is also part of this Seven of Cups and understanding why you're making the choices that you're making. For some of you, you may feel as if things are not working out the way that you've wanted them to. I just want to say, are you in a higher vibrational energy is how this feels to me. Because like you're waiting and you're like, well, I've done this, this, and this, but nothing's happening. I'm waiting. Again, some of you to me are utilizing extra resources, but I want to say, are you using them appropriately? Why that comes through that way, I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. So with that Seven of Cups, you know, you could be dealing with the devil, you could be dealing with rainbows, you could be dealing with peace, you could be dealing with emotions, you could be dealing with a multitude of things. But I feel like some of you are making really sound choices and others of you are not. So cross-watcher, Libra, discern accordingly here. You know where you are. So let's see. You also may be hanging on to something, trying to control a situation, and it may relate to the home space as well. It may relate to your stability. It may relate to the things that you have, I'm going to call that accumulated over time, trying to control. You've got the Ace of Cups again under the bottom. Making offers, but trying to hang on. So if this is love, there may be something that makes you feel really good, but you're trying to control the situation. You're trying to control how things happen. For some of you, this may be very passionate sexual kind of energy right now, where you're finding a belief that you can control and yet move forward. You know, the only control that we have in our lives is over ourselves, right? But I feel like if you're trying to bring in new love, you may have learned in the past from loss, absolutely, but you're reserving yourself in a sense that you're not letting anybody in. And I feel like for some of you too, this could also be a matter of past traumas or past conflicts, like whatever you've experienced, make sure that you're taking the high road and coming from a space of healing rather than a space of pain. So if you're trying to control these choices around you, trying to control your wish fulfillment, yes, you've started anew for some of you, but you've got to let go of the matter of control. It's almost like you're afraid somebody's going to take something from you. You got to kind of sit back and relax a little bit, okay? Because you can't control somebody else, and you can't control emotions when it comes to somebody else or how they feel about things. So if you're in that space or someone around you is in that space, I think there's a need to understand where that's coming from. So we'll see. We'll see. Interesting messages this morning. It's been weird. Okay. So, all right, Libra, mid-October. Mid-October. Three of Earth. King of Swords. Yeah, that Three of Earth, King of Swords. We'll see here. So for the past, Queen of Water. Yeah, new relationships that have come in. You people in your feminine energy. And then we've got the Six of Air. Yeah, turning your, okay. That's what I said. Okay, so when we're looking at the past energy, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Six of Air, and I've not clarified these yet. But like I said, it's like, okay, like I'm open to wish fulfillment. I'm open to something new. And in the same sense, you're turning your back from it. Like, it's kind of like I'm going to go take in and reserve my space and move away from this, even though it could feel good. But again, the need to control. And when I feel like you feel like you're losing control, whether it's of your emotions or of another person or a situation, you kind of tend to check out. And then we've got the Knight of Water, so the Knight of Cups. So let's see, for the present situation for Libra, please. We've got the Nine of Water in reverse. The Five of Wands. So there's the second time I've seen the Five of Wands. If you're checking out on the emotional space entirely, there's so many different parts to this for so many of you. The Nine of Water, Nine of Cups. I just kind of feel like somebody's in the middle of not getting their way right now, is really how that comes across to me. And then you've got the Three of Wands again, which is now the second time that that's been out, and Five, unity. And Five to me is oftentimes either we're looking at significant change, or we're also looking at Spirit's going, I've heard this so much, surrender. And I did the daily reading, and I think something about surrender came up in that as well. Yeah, there was a need to surrender. Ace of Fire on the bottom. So we're going to do that. We're going to sit that there. And the seven, you get the Seven of Cups again. Guys, you just cannot make this up. Like, I got 3 different decks on the table, and they're all repeating cards here. Two of Swords. Okay, Nine of Earth. That was earlier. Okay, so, all right. I feel like somebody's not getting their way. I feel like you're taking action. I feel like you're doing it too soon. I think you're jumping the gun. And then we've got the Three of Wands, like I said, again, and then we've got Five, which is unity, which is also the Hierophant in the traditional tarot deck, which is a card of Taurus. And we've got some Scorpio energy here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like rather than getting on board with somebody in the future context, there's just a stubborn energy of sitting in this, not making a move, not trying to bring it together. There's potential there with that Ace of Fire to make that determined move, to have a truth in that move, to see how things could change. But I don't feel like there's a desire at the end of the day to do it, because you're sitting in conflict. You know, it's just like Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, the unity. It's not being able to bring it together, just walking away from trying to bring it together. I don't even think you know what you want at the end of the day. I think you want what makes you feel good, but anything outside of that, it's like you're having a hard time deciding how to get there. And you've got that Two of Swords. You know, having a very hard time making a decision, the Star, on what your wish fulfillment is. We've got fulfillment up there, the Star, our wish fulfillment, Aquarius energy. Not knowing how to get where we want to go. But I want to go, do you know where you even want to go at all? Like, how you get there is one thing, but do you even know what it is that you're fighting for? And when I was meditating before this, I heard, what are you even fighting for? What are you trying to accomplish at the end of the day? What is it that you're trying to gain insight to, or what's going to make you happy? And I feel like for some of you, and Libra, every sign, I love you guys, I don't care, like there's no one sign that tops the other, like, but to me, you know, I'm going to always shoot straight with you. You may not be happy with some of the things I say, but understand I'm here to help you, not hurt you or hinder you. We all have growing to do, myself included. So please do not feel some kind of way. Sit with your truths, address them, and move on from it. But I don't feel like you would be, no matter what, like, I don't feel like you would be happy. Like, you're going to feel like no matter how you get to whatever this is, something's missing. Like, there's not a satisfaction attached to this. So, all right, let's do some clarifying here. Holy Toledo. Yeah, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. Coming off like, you know, and this may be somebody you're dealing with too, Libra. I mean, you're going to know better than I do. But I almost feel like somebody's coming in as like a know-it-all. Queen of Pentacles. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy there. Let's see. You've got Scorpio. And then the Moon in reverse. Listen, if you've been playing fast and loose, or the person you're dealing with is playing fast and loose, like how they were trying to show themselves, the illusion of stability and emotion is come to an end. You've got the Ten of Swords and the Moon in reverse. There's truth coming to light. And I know I talked about truths this morning when I did the daily reading. So if you haven't watched it, I would check that out as well for October 13th. But you know, you got the Chariot and the Four of Swords. And this can be karmic stuff. This may be a karmic soul tie. This could pertain to children. You know, for everybody, it's going to be a little different. But this cycle, this idea of how you were presenting yourself, or the person you're dealing with presented themselves to you, for some of you in love, somebody may have come in and shown themselves to be all these wonderfully emotionally stable, well-balanced, put together. And then now it's kind of like you see that it's not. They're not what they portrayed themselves to be. So part of this confusion for you in this regard, in this particular line of, you know, story, whatever, is that, you know, you had maybe made some kind of investment into something at some point, and then this person decides, you know, they're kind of showing their ass, they're showing their true colors, right? That these aspects of their self they tried to show as balanced, they're always checking out. And when they're always checking out, like, you start to see the inconsistencies of who they are and what they're doing and why. The truth is being revealed. You know, we came out of Pluto retrograde. We came out of Mercury retrograde, and we have those things happen. We have, you know, transformation and change. The things that weren't clear are becoming clear. And this may be this period of time in mid-October to the end of October. And, you know, tarot doesn't really have a timeline, right? Where these things are slowly coming to revelation. Some of you may be walking away from this, these inconsistencies. For some of you, you may not be entertaining this. For some of you, you could be the one that's checking out and going, yeah, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. It's backstabbing. Some of you may feel backstabbed and hurt or betrayed by this. For some of you, you could be the one doing those things. You know, trying to control. And I think I talked about controlling the situation. We've got, you know, the Chariot there. You know, he's got to control what direction he's going, right? For some of you, you've got it together. For others of you, or cross-watch, or whoever this is for, you may not. So, you know, decipher and discern what is yours. Let's clarify that Six of Swords. There's that Queen of Cups again. Somebody may be coming back offering some kind of apology, trying to reconnect, trying to nurture, trying to change face. Again, trying to show that they're more balanced. Four of Pentacles, trying to hang on to that. Trying to hang on to something that they walked away from. You got the Lover's Choice. You got the Seven of Cups again. You know, this is about choices too. You got two, you know, again, coming back in, trying to master their emotions. This may be manipulating kind of energy as well. Knowing they have to start over. You may feel the need to start over. You may have to control your emotions when it comes to a particular situation. There's a need for consistency in the past. But there's so much strife for control of a situation. What are you trying to control? What are you fighting for? I'm going to go back to what Spirit said to me before I started this reading. Why? Understanding the whys. Now, typically I tell people, we don't need to, you know, when Spirit comes in for us, like, we don't need to ask why, who, when, where, how. We don't need to answer all those questions. We need to get out of the logical mind. But I think there's a very important need to understand when it comes to the emotional aspect of this, what are you trying to accomplish? Because if somebody's not giving to you, why are you giving to them? There's got to be that equal reciprocity. I talk about that all the time. Same breath, if you're trying to control your emotions when it comes to walking away from something or starting something new, why do you feel that you need to control this? Because you should be able to be open, truthful, and upfront. But I also, again, feel as if in the past, there's some truth coming to light. There's some revelations to things. There needs to be an attention given to anybody who has been trying to show themselves as things that they weren't, and now all of a sudden this is being seen. Very interesting energy. Let's clarify this Nine of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit. Typically wouldn't take these, but they all came out. Temperance, there's that need for balance again, emotional balance, you know, trying to ground yourself, trying to connect with your emotions, trying to get a better sense of the things around you, the need to trust the heart space, to open the heart space, Knight of Cups, and then you've got that Nine of Swords, causing a lot of anxiety, because it's like, and then you've got that Page of Pentacles. I feel like that Page of Pentacles, I want to say he hasn't learned anything, and I don't know why it comes in that way to me, but it does. He hasn't learned a damn thing. And it's stressful. It's stressful because, you know, maybe if you're dealing with a relationship, and this is how I'm feeling about this, if you were dealing with a relationship, you finally gained some clarity and wisdom on the situation through the truths that have been, you know, shown to you. You've cut this off, that Ten of Swords, right? You've cut it off. You're done. It's finito. They come back in trying to offer you something, and you're like, listen, I just got my head wrapped around what the hell was going on, and now you're going to come back in and try this shit again? No. Like, this is not my wish fulfillment anymore, and it's causing a lot of grief attached. It's a lot of conflict, that Five of Wands. I can hear people, like, yelling. I can hear, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it's almost like a glass being thrown or something. If you're in a situation, just for the sake of acknowledgement here, if you're in a situation where there's anger and temperaments and fighting and shit's being thrown, and get out. plain and simple, get out. That is not, that kind of behavior, it's like an adult temper tantrum. It is never okay. So if you're dealing with something like this, it's time to go. If you're behaving this way, it's time to get your shit together. Five of Wands, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Death card, so Scorpio energy there. And let's see. Yeah, this conflict with that Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like someone's kind of giving you a guilt trip. Well, wasn't this what you wanted? Isn't this what you told me for the last 3 months that you wanted? And it's just like, I did, but you've been inconsistent. You're not who I thought you were. Again, I feel like somebody comes back in with apologies. I don't think they're genuine regrets or remorse, because everybody just seems to be fighting. It's like, no matter, you could say the sky is purple and they'd say, no, it's green. Like there's nobody is willing to work with each other to come to this, this Ten of Pentacles energy. But I also feel like when you're in this space of the Ten of Pentacles, this person, or again, it could be you, pay attention, is taking what they want from it and then checking out with that. So you may have somebody coming in who's taking money from you or things that are of value to you, and they take what they want from you and they get it and they go and they fight with you until you feel bad enough to give it to them. So they come in with just enough aggression, guilt trips, anger, frustration, whatever it is, to get their way and leave. And then it's like, okay, I got what I wanted. It feels good now. I can go on my merry way. And then they leave you kind of picking up the pieces. Four of Swords, there's a need for healing, as I've said. And the Knight of Swords, I feel like it's a constant disruption to peace. So, Three of Fire. So we got the Three of Wands and the future conditions. Got the Magician. Aries energy. The Three of Cups. I don't know why I want to, yeah. I was going to say, do not celebrate prematurely. Why? I was like, okay, where's that come from? I flipped the bottom of the deck. I've got the Five of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups. You may be dealing with somebody who lies, cheats, steals, runs at all costs to take what they want. They will steal your last dime if it means that it will help them start over. To me, it's like behind closed doors, there's a dealing of sorts with these in cahoots behaviors. Like, well, if we do this, if there's a master plan, but I also feel like this master plan is manipulating. It's very manipulating energy. This Three of Fire is like waiting for the right time. And I feel like on the flip side of that, you've got somebody who's waiting, trying to discern how they got here, why they're there. Unity, I don't feel, and you got that another 5, so 5, 5. I don't feel like there's a way to bring this together. Let's see. There you go. The Chariot, the Tower, and the Seven of Cups again. With the Eight of Wands. Libra, you got some opposition. Like, that's just really how this feels to me. You may feel... Well, that's interesting. We got a card that's flipped over here. What is it? The Six of Pentacles. And it's facing the Five of Swords. I feel like somebody's taking something away. With that Five of Swords, you see it. He's got the two swords. He's taking those two swords. He's doing it behind their back. There's the 3 swords are on the ground. He's taking what he wants for himself. Or, I'm sorry, he's got 3 and there's 2 on the ground. He's taking what he wants for himself. Sneaky, lying, manipulating, trying to control. This Chariot today to me is all about control, controlling how things come together. And with the Seven of Cups this time, I want to go be careful what you wish for, because you've got that Tower sitting there. This may be some self-sabotaging energy. You've got the King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Wands there. You know, the High Priestess, she's very aware. And this King of Swords, he's very affirmative in what logical decisions that he has to make. Another two. Spirit's just saying you can't take what isn't yours. So if you're dealing with somebody who's trying to take something that is yours per se, the truth will come out. If you're the one doing the taking, the truth will come out. There is going to be a very serious truth that is addressed. And I feel like this is coming from a higher authority. That authority card, actually. And it's funny, I never did do anything with this deck this morning. When I was pulling the sacred geometry this morning, excuse me, the underlying card, when I always flip them over just for the sake of looking, was authority. And there you go. So again, I would encourage you all to listen to the daily reading from today, because a lot of, well, certain messages, I wouldn't say a lot, a certain message I think is in there for you as well. But a higher knowing and understanding may be delivering a hard realization to you, that there's that Ace of Wands. It's there twice. I feel like maybe in the past you were given an opportunity to do something differently, and I want to go, did you? Did you do good, or did you do something that you shouldn't have done? Some of you, this is a random side message, may be looking to getting married, but there's conflict. There's that Five of Wands again. There's conflict surrounding that situation as well. This may be, let's see, surrounding marriage. Side messages now. Conflict surrounding marriage. What is that about? What's the conflict surrounding marriage? Spirit's saying that family values differ. You've got the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Again, to me, that's a card of opposition and fighting. The Five of Cups, somebody doesn't feel like their wish fulfillment is coming in. They're feeling regretful, remorse, disappointed maybe in the decisions that they've made. The Five of Wands, again, competing goals, competition with each other. How do you make this work? You've got the Five of Pentacles. Somebody's feeling left out, ignored. Three of Wands, again, you know, there's a period of waiting, turning your back to the situation. Four of Cups energy, not being able to see it any other way. I told you in the beginning too, with that Three of Wands down here, it felt like somebody was stubbornly sitting there, just sitting there waiting, going, well, this is the way it is. That adult temper tantrum. To me, the Four of Cups, and then, yeah, the Ten of Swords. And like, Nine of Cups. I didn't get my way. I did not get my way. I came in impulsively. I acted like a fool, and I'm not getting my way. Listen, if this is you, Libra, for the love of God, close that cycle out. Start to give. You're going to have to compromise somewhere here. There's a need for compromise. If you're dealing with somebody who's putting you in this shit, you know, well, pay attention. Like, is there a way to compromise with this person? Because some people you deal with on a regular, you can't compromise no matter what they do. Like, there's no compromising anything. They will not give even the tiniest bit. So if you're dealing with this kind of shit, you do. Like, there's that Six of Swords. Like, it might be time to nurture just you, or hanging on to what you've reserved for yourself. There may be a reason you've reserved for yourself. Equal reciprocity, like I said earlier. But if this is what you're dealing with, is all this, there's just nothing but conflict and indecision and taking some more and bullshit promises. And I feel like somewhere in the midst of all of this, for some of you, you're trying to hang on to what you've created. That's all I think, like, you feel like you can do at this time. Oh my goodness gracious. That Tower card with the Chariot. I want to say be careful driving too. Make sure you're making the appropriate turns. I don't know. Side message from Spirit as well. 7-7. With that Tower, I feel like it's more conflict. Stubborn energy. Stubborn energy. I feel like somebody's like, I'm thinking of those 7 of Cups. Like I can see somebody like pulling off their reserves off the shelf and going, let's try this today. Let's try that today. Not really sure what the hell they're doing. Storm warning, guys. It's coming. Whatever this chaos is, it's coming. If you're in the middle of it, this fighting, this craziness, and you've got the sun, shit's being illuminated, the truth is coming out. It's what I said in the very beginning. You know, the sun not only makes us feel good and brightens our day, this also may be a matter of ego, right? Our solar plexus is about our ego. The sun sits there. You're looking at Leo on that one. Storm warning, that's chaos. It's confusion. It's, you know, it's like a Tower moment as well. The lightning comes in and takes it down to the ground. You got the Magician in the mirror. It came out sideways. I do read my cards sideways sometimes. To me, this again is about choice. How are you going to handle things? You need to handle it from a space of love. You need to clear your head. You need to get your shit together. You need to follow your intuition. You need to come from a compassionate space, a compromising space. So, you know, like if you're in this stubborn, stuck energy, you're going to have to work with that. And there's that 3rd chakra, right? The 5th card back, 5th card, you know, 5, change, 10, closing things out, starting a new cycle, beginning anew, coming out of the space of ego, stepping into our confidence and our willpower in a healthy way. But that Magician in the mirror, as I was saying, though, it's an 8. It's a cycle. You've got the cycles over here. Again, another 10, closing something out, needing to start anew, changing your course of direction. You've got the Ace of Wands. You can change your course of direction. You may need to take some action in doing things differently than you've always done them. There's a need for some significant change here. And guys, I will tell you this, you know, I've mentioned it before, like I own my own holistic and metaphysical business. I do a lot of personal work and stuff like that. And I feel like we're going through this shift that it's either you need to get your shit together and get moving on a higher elevational space, or you're not going to. And I feel like with Aquarius coming through, like good deeds will be rewarded. Bad deeds are going to be had. Like we already just dealt and closed out, I think, a lot of karmic cycles over the summer into the fall. Make sure, I just want to go, make sure you get it right this time. No pressure, right? Ha ha ha. But it's time to get it right. It's time to do things on a higher level, a higher scale of you know, choices and beings, and making better decisions for yourself and the people around you. There's a whole lot of conflict, The further I go into this reading, goodness gracious. Oh, Libra, you're making my head spin. If you're trying to save yourself from this situation, reserve your energy, reserve your space. Don't combat fire with fire. You know, if something's on fire, you use water to put it out. You don't add fuel to it, obviously. So if you're fueling the situation, you're going to have an explosion eventually, right? If you are willing to come in with water, which is that emotional energy from a loving space, you can diffuse the situation, but it's going to take compromise. But then I also want to say that pay attention is the person that you're dealing with. Sorry about that, Libra. My phone cut off. Technology. So anyhow, you guys have a lot of things to take care of, a lot of things to discern. Pay attention to your wish fulfillment. Ask yourself what it is that you're fighting for. If a connection or situation is not working for you, is it worth the investment anymore? Are you compromising? Are you giving love? Are you opening up to new space? So I would say, you know, pay attention to that. You guys definitely got some strife around you, so handle it accordingly, right? Handle it in a high vibrational energy. Guys, I'm wishing you a great rest of October. Happy Halloween to all of you. Keep keep getting some of these videos out. So if you're looking for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus placements, some of those are already out, some may not be. So we'll keep moving. Again, personal readings, if you're available or interested in a personal reading, that information is available in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. I'm wishing you guys love, happiness, joy, and good things. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.